There is a subheading here titled Worship. We have a Norman Rockwell print that depicts a family on Sunday morning. The husband, unshaved, messy-haired, and ensconced in pajamas and bathrobe, is slumped in a chair with portions of the Sunday paper strewn about. Behind him is his wife, dressed in a tailored suit and on her way to church. The picture is a playful reminder to us of how important shared worship is to the soul of our marriage. Both of us grew up going to church. It was a part of our heritage. As surely as the sun came up in the east, our families would be in church on Sunday morning. Going to church wasn't questioned. It was just something you did. Case closed. But when we got married and moved far from home, worship was suddenly an option. In a new city, we were faced with the opportunity of establishing our own routines, our own weekly patterns. For the first time, going to church was something we were not compelled to do. Nobody was going to call or ask where we were. Nobody was checking up on us. We could now stay home on Sunday, take a hike, sit in the sun, read a book, or we could go to church. And we did. From the beginning of our marriage, shared worship has been a systemic time of rest and renewal of our relationship. Dedicating a day of the week to worship stabilizes our marriage and liberates us from the tyranny of productivity that fuels our other days. The church where we worship is a place of social support and spiritual refilling. Singing hymns, learning from scriptures, worshiping God, and meeting with friends who share our spiritual quest is comforting and inspiring. Worshiping together buoys our relationship and makes the week ahead more meaningful. And once again, research supports our decision to worship together as a means of nurturing the soul of our marriage. A recent study showed that couples who attend church together, even as little as once a month, increase their chances of staying married for life. Studies have also shown that churchgoers feel better about their marriage than those who don't worship together. Worship has a way of transforming relationships. To stand before the Holy One of eternity is to grow and change. In worship, God's transforming power steals its way into the sanctuary of our hearts and enlarges our capacity to love. There is a quote here taken from the Bible, Psalm 42 from 1 to 2, and it says, "As the deeper pants for streams of water, so my soul pants for you, my God, my soul thirsts for God." Hallelujah. And there is a subheading here titled Service. "I never knew how selfish I was until I got married," said Gary. After 6 months of marriage, he was telling us how Paula, his wife, was volunteering at a retirement center one night a week. At first, I resented her being away from me, but the couple of months ago, she needed a lift, so I went with her. He came back with Paula again and again until he discovered that helping the old people at the center had become the highlight of his week. It feels good to help others, and it brings Paula and me closer together. It is like we are a team that is making a difference, he told us. We have heard dozens of similar reports from couples. There's something good about reaching out as a team. Almost mystically, it becomes bonding. Reaching out to others promotes humility, sharing, compassion, and intimacy in a marriage. Doing good for others helps couples transcend themselves and become part of something larger. There are literally hundreds of ways to incorporate shared services into your marriage. The key is to find something that fits your personal style. For example, we have 2 couples in our neighborhood who both actively practice reaching out, but in different ways. Steve and 10 more live in the house across the street from us and have been married 15 years. They sponsor a needy child, Robert Jacques, who lives in Haiti. Every month, they send him cards and letters, as well as money to provide education, clothes, and food. One special occasion, Steve and Tan will have their 3 children draw pictures to send to Robert. Twice, Steve and Tan have even traveled to Haiti to be with Robert at his orphanage. Someday, they hope to see him in college. And there is a quote here by Antonio, and he says, "Love does not consist in gazing at each other, but in looking together in the same direction." Yes, sir. Okay. 2 blocks down the street in our neighborhood live Dennis and Lucy. They have been married 25 years, and from the beginning, they made a joint decision to have an open home and to be generous with others. Everyone who knows Dennis and Lucy knows of their hospitality. They have made their home a hub of celebration and delicious dinners. Sometimes it is casual and spontaneous, sometimes planned and elegant, but always it is special. They throw graduation parties, birthday parties, welcome to the neighborhood parties. They have showers and receptions, and on Mother's Day, they invite single moms for Sunday brunch. If you ask either Dennis or Lucy or Steve and Tan why they reach out the way they do, they will tell you how fulfilling it is to make others happy. But they will also tell you about the deep bond they shared service bring to their own marriage. We know lots of couples who can testify to how meaningful reaching out to others is to their marriage. Whether it be sponsoring a needy child, opening your home to guests, giving blankets to the homeless, or baking cookies for prisoners. Doing good for others is good for marriage. For soulmates, true service is not self-righteous. It is not done for rewards. It is not a big deal. In quotes, it comes from whispered prompting, divine urging, deep within the soul for your marriage. One more thing about serving together. If all of your service is before others, it will remain shallow. Service is sometimes done in secret, concealed from everyone but the 2 of you. We find that the soul of our marriage is satisfied most when we do something, even small things, anonymously. To secretly observe the result of our service brings deeper devotion and intimacy. And there is a workbook exercise here, and it says reaching out to others can do more to strengthen a marriage bond than you might ever imagine. And there is another subheading here titled prayer, and we'll read that in the next session.